he's really gone on fire. He can see what the Lord is doing and stepping up and taking a place of intercession that he's not walked in before. He's been interceding, but not to the strength that he's interceding now.
Intercessory prayer team that has been founded here has just been an incredible contribution to the life of the business. We've always talked about praying for the company and praying for projects and clients and competitors and all that stuff, families. But when you make it a part of your week, and it is an intentional aspect of business community life, it reaches a whole nother level.
My view of marketplace minister has completely been transformed. I always read about it. I've heard about it in concept. I've read it in Salvosa's book, but I've never experienced it where I saw it eye to eye. And when I saw it, I saw the importance of covering them in prayer and their very specific and vital role in the community, in the city. It's changed my view. It's changed how I work with them as king and priest.
Well, I'm excited. I am really excited because what I'm seeing in transformation is a metamorphosis, a changing of things. It's not the way it used to be. Like Ed Salvosa says, if you want to see something you've never seen before, you need to be willing to do something you've never done before. And I believe God is calling us out of our four walls of our churches into the marketplace. And just being in this restaurant, for example, is a blessing. I think the Lord's really doing that.
The group that's been coming here on Sunday nights and praying has been a positive influence on the business, on my staff and me. They're wonderful customers. They understand a lot of the problems of running this business because they come here a lot, and they're very prayerful about problems we have here, ups and downs of, I guess, most any small business, or especially a restaurant. And very considerate, very sweet people.
4 years ago, I read a book, Ed Salvosa's That None Shall Perish, and normally I just read them and move on, but this one just touched my heart in a way that opened up some whole new ideas of looking at things. Well, I would say the impact first really was in my own heart. I just really felt the Lord just taking off layers of, I'd say, a critical spirit and judgmental attitudes toward situations and people. I think people should just get involved and start looking at ways that they can connect with other people, to come together to pray, to bless the places where they are, and see how they can add value instead of criticizing or being critical about where they work or where they go to school, and just start having an open heart to what God would have them do to bless instead of curse.
The Lord has given us a vision for, through worship, which is also warfare, through the arts, transforming the atmosphere in the heart of the city. And we started on this, what used to be a pedestrian mall. The city elected to tear it up and put traffic back through it, and at first we were very dismayed, but on further thought I realized that I think it's prophetic that the city is laying a new foundation, a new spiritual foundation in the heart of our city. Partly, at least, because of our ministry and the change that has taken place in the spiritual realm.
I feel like this whole thing has just opened up a new world to me, especially in the workplace, because as an educator in the public school system, there are a lot of challenges, there are a lot of hurting kids. A lot of kids come to school every day with so much baggage. Every day I try now, when my kids are coming through that door for every class, I stand at the door, look each child in the eye, and say, welcome, how are you, say their name, and inside I'm saying, Lord, bless this child, bless their parents, bless their home, bless them, God, thank you for this child. And I just do it over every child throughout the day. And then when the class starts, before we begin anything, I'm praying to God and welcoming Him into my classroom and thanking Him for what He's going to do.
Transformation has altered the way I look at life. Every day I get up in the morning and recognize that God has placed me here to be a change agent in wherever I go. When we first started praying at Millbrook High School, I could sense in my spirit that there was a heaviness over the campus. Since we've been praying on campus for the last really 6 to 9 months, I can feel in my spirit that there has been a light that has broken through the darkness. We actually see kids, we see brightness on their face, kind of a bounce in their step. We see kids that are open to receiving prayer. So people are very open now to seeing the things of God impact their lives, and it's created a huge shift over the last 6 to 9 months that I never dreamed could happen.
Even just the last 2 months, really, when we first came here, you could tell that there was just kind of, everything just weighted down. And for us, about a month ago, it was like probably the most pivotal time where you just felt good and evil clashing together. It was a heavy, heavy time. And then it broke. And when it broke, things were just, it was amazing. Since then, we've had about 50 students accept Christ. Students at the schools, I find it so easy to witness to their friends. Where before, even just a few months ago, it was everybody just so, oh, it's my school, I gotta go to school, I gotta get out of school. Now it's like, hey, I gotta go to school because my friends need something that I have.
Students are openly talking about their faith more freely. We've had a large group of Christian children here who have prayed together and have worshiped together, but now they're talking more openly out of their groups. And in the cafeteria, kids will come up to me and say that they've been praying for the school, they've been praying for me, they've been praying for their teachers. And that sort of grows on other students to say they can talk to her like that, they can have those kinds of conversations. And it's engaging.
The thing that excites me the most about the transformation we've seen here at Millbrook High School is that kids have been fired up about God. They had a day off, and I saw kids, in the parking lot walking around praying for the school has been huge. And that's the thing I've really seen through transformation is just the focus on prayer.
There are more and more and more students who are living radically for Jesus, who are pursuing God in their campuses in ways that I didn't even really ever dream of when I was in high school. I see them go to their schools and pray with their friends, pray with their teachers, pray for them, have their teachers request their prayers for their sports teams. I've seen them have hope that their school is somewhere where they can worship God freely and openly. It really reminds me of when God prayed, "Thy kingdom come, thy will be done." All of our lives we've been taught to pray that God's will would be done. But now we're seeing His kingdom come first, and that is something we're all very excited about.
Argentina was really an eye-opening thing, just a whole new way to pray, a whole new way just to look at transforming North Carolina and our city and my school, and just seeing how God has moved down there. I couldn't do anything but want